Hey everyone, today we are making a gorgeous maxi dress. It has a fitted bustier tube top and a swinging fringe at the bottom. In this video, I'll be showing you every step from cutting the fabric using the freehand method to sewing the straight darts. It's easier than it looks. So if this is the kind of video you feel like watching, please stay tuned, subscribe, and let's get sewing. For this tutorial, you need the following materials. Number 1 is your fringe, and number 2 is your padded, okay? Just call it a wadding. And number 3 is your fabric, of course, and then your fabric lining. And also you need other things like zipper, your stay, and then you need your matching thread. Now we are going to be using a freehand method to get this. So for you to draft this, you need to measure your circumference, especially with the bust. So for this, you're needing your bust circumference divided by 4 plus extra 5 to 6 inches. But as you can see, the lines on the pattern indicates I've already marked my body measurement, so I'm just going to explain. So that is my starting line, so I'll place my tape rule this way and then mark my body measurement in the vertical way. Leaving my tape rule at the starting line, which is the shoulder, I marked my bust point, my under bust, my waistline, and then I added extra 1 inch because as a freehand you need to have excesses just to trim it out later. Next, on your shoulder line, go down by about 6 inches for your neckline for this dress. This is not going to take effect now. I'm going to do that after I am done drafting. So I'm just going to mark that line for identification purpose. And then afterwards, I'm just going to draft our armhole. The armhole is not going to take effect right now as well. So after taking your body measurement without the armhole, the first thing you need to do is to take the nipple to nipple measurement. So my client has a bust span of 8 inches. I'm going to mark half of it as 4 inches and also add half inches for the sewing allowance. I'm going to mark it on that 6 inches mark, which is the neckline, also on the bust point and then on the waistline. In fact, I'm going to mark it all over the lines I drew. Next, you go ahead to mark it into a straight line with your ruler. So connect those points and then it's time for the dart intake. So at the top of the shoulder line like this, after the straight line you marked, go ahead and mark 2 inches and connect it to the bust point. Okay, so mark about 1 inch at the top of the bust point line and then 1 inch below the bust point line. This will enable you to eliminate sharp points. So go ahead and connect the lines like this, and then all you need to do is to come down here at the under bust line and then mark 2.5 inches. I'm marking 2.5 inches because I don't want to take out too much dart on the other side. So I'm just going to allow the dart to sit more on one side. So on the other side, I marked half of an inch. And then I'm just going to use a curved ruler to connect a curved line towards the bust point line, just the way you see me doing. After I was done drawing the curve on the side, I went ahead to flip my curved ruler the other way around to draw the other side. So this side is not supposed to be that curvy, so I'll just go ahead and just make it a semi-curve and then finish up the dart leg with a straight ruler. So guys, after I was done, I went ahead to cut out this section for the front because this is what I'm going to be using for the front bodice. And now I'm going to cut out the dart. So take note that this is a freehand method. You need to cut out the dart and then you need to just place the other one on top of the side pattern, so that way you can be able to take your body measurement. So now this is what I have. I'm going to align it on both sides and then I'm also going to notch this part of the middle part. I'm going to notch it at the under bust to know where the under bust starts from, and then I'm going to slightly overlap it on the other side pattern. Okay, so go ahead and place it this way and make sure that this upper part, which is the shoulder line, is overlapping slightly by half of an inch on the side pattern and also at the waistline. So I'll go ahead now and take our measurements again. If you can remember, I skipped the shoulder measurement at the beginning of this drafting, and now we are going to be retaking the measurement. So go ahead and mark your half of your shoulder measurement at the shoulder line and then come down by 1 inch there for the shoulder slope. And on that shoulder slope, you need to come down by 9 inch for your armhole. Your armhole measurement circumference divided by 2 is what you're going to mark here. Then connect the line and then just go ahead and draw a curved line like this towards this part of your upper chest line. And that's it for the shoulders and the armhole. And next is going to be our body circumference. So to take our body circumference, we need to measure the round circumference of our bust, and then we're going to mark the quarter of it here and then add extra 2 inch, okay, at the bust and also on the chest line. I'm not going to be replacing any dart on the bust line because there is no dart intake around there. So our bust intake started at the under bust. So I'm going to go ahead and mark the quarter of my under bust circumference and add extra 3 inch, which we took away from the under bust. So I'll mark that here and add extra sewing allowance of 2 inch. You can make yours 1.5 inches. Okay, so I'll go ahead now and repeat the same thing around the waistline. Also remember to add your sewing allowance around the bust as well. After you're done marking that line, go ahead and cut out the armhole, okay? Just the armhole and not the neckline. Obviously, we had not drafted the neckline, so we're going to do that later on. So after you're done cutting, go ahead now and just align each one like this, and then you need to add your interfacing and then your wording, and then also need to cut out this on the lining. So I've already gone ahead to cut everything out and added my interfacing, okay? You can see where my interfacing stops. That's because the neckline will be starting around that part. So I'll go ahead now and add our padded before sewing. So this needs to come together like this, and then you need to pin it together only after you've added your wording. So go ahead and just align it and stretch this middle part to accommodate the side before stitching everything together by 1/2 inch. And then after you're done, repeat the same thing for the other side as well. So before any stitching is carried out, you're going to use the front piece to cut out the back. So place your side front like this, and then fold your center front and then place it this way. Take note of the zipper allowance, okay? I'm going to leave 2 inches for zipper allowance, and then I'll go ahead and overlap this just the way we did when we are cutting out the armhole. So overlap it by 1/2 inch, and then take your measurement for the zipper, and then from that line you're going to go ahead and just cut out this part just the way you see me doing. So go ahead and just like open it up like this, and then slant the lower part by 1/2 inch and shift your hands as you move upwards to the edge. The edge is going to be about 2 inches, and as you can see, my zipper allowance has been cut out. So this is just a simple method of cutting out the back. So go ahead and notch the zipper allowance at the waistline. Remember that our waistline on the back is different from the waistline of the front. We are going to fix that after we are done stitching these things together. So the next thing you're going to do on this back piece is to impute your dart. Just determine where your dart wants to sit. But before doing that, you need to make sure that your dart is giving the same measurements your front piece is giving. Take for instance, this is your side for the front, and then this is the middle part of your front. After stitching them together, you need to measure from the center front, which will have a notch, and then determine how wide your dart is going to be for the back. So I'll go ahead and cut out the lining, and this is what I had after cutting out the lining. The same thing I cut out for the back piece is what we'll have for the lining, and then I'm just going to also impute our dart and notch it. Next thing to do now is to add our wording. So fold your wording in half, as you can see me doing, taking note of the notches we made around the under bust, and all you need to do is to pin it in place if you have to. Go ahead and trace along the sides and cut out a piece just the way you see me doing. So after I was done cutting the first one, I folded my wording again, and then I placed my side front and did the same thing I did for the center front. Now this is what I have. I'm going to bring the center front and also place it here. And the next thing I'm going to do is to iron it in. So guys, after I was done pressing the wording to the front pattern, I went ahead to stitch them together, including the darts for both the back piece and the lining. Now this is what I have after I was done stitching them together and also pressing them with my tailor's ham. So this is how the back of the lining piece looks like. You can see that, and also the front piece is looking so nice. So this is how neat everything came out looking like. You can see that I used my ST to hold on the stitches I had on the seam line. This is my back piece. I've closed the darts for both the main fabric and the lining. And now the next thing to do is to cut out our neckline for the front. So remember, this is an over bust neckline. After achieving our shoulder darts, it's time to cut out the neckline. So what you need to do now is to fold it like this with the darts meeting each other. Okay, so go ahead and make sure that the darts where you run your seam line is meeting each other, and then place your tape rule like this. We are going to be taking our measurements again for our neckline. So our neckline started from 6 inches. You can see that I'm placing my measuring tape there. I'm just going to curve my pattern just like the way you see me doing, and then I'm going to bring the back piece to continue from there. So our back piece is going to come down by 10 inches. So remember that our curve is going to start from the middle like this, okay, and then come downwards and run into the back piece as a straight line. To achieve that, all you need to do is to place your measuring tape this way and mark 10 inches, okay? And you're going to mark it in such a way that you will eliminate the armhole for the back, because obviously the armhole for the front is going to be removed. So guys, to achieve your over bust pattern, go ahead and just place your curved ruler this way at that 6 inches mark you measured on your neckline. So go ahead and just place your curved ruler this way and then mark the shape you want it to have, okay? So because it's the curved ruler, you have a different way to maneuver the curve and get what you need. So make sure that you have it placed at 6 inches. Now I'll have to trim out a little bit of this wording so that I can have a flexible fabric to work with. So I'll go ahead and just like mark this, and then the way I did it, I just went ahead to flip it over around this part of the armhole, and then I drew a slanted line that ran into the armhole, making sure that everything is curved all the way from the top. So this is what I have after I was done cutting it out, and this is the lining piece as well. So I'm going to like place them like this with the right sides facing each other. I'll head over to the sewing machine and just stitch it from one end like this all the way to the other end by ½ inch. And after I am done, I'm going to notch it all around and then also top stitch it towards the lining. And then for the back, I went ahead to remove about ½ an inch at the top. This is my zipper allowance at the lower part, and that is going to be the side seam. As you can see at the top, you don't get to notice the armhole. So now this is what I have after I was done cutting both the front and the back. And with that being said, in our next video, we are going to do the stitching process of this particular dress. Our next tutorial is going to be the stitching of the upper part and the lower part of this dress. And I cannot wait to show you guys how to couple it together to get a very nice end result. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and share this video, and also subscribe. Love you and bye.